going on, guys? We've finally arrived. The FaB 2.0 tier list. Now, if you don't know what Flesh and Blood is or what Flesh and Blood 1.0 and 2.0 is, well, I'd probably just go watch yesterday's video. That's where we explain all of it. And we did a tier list for Flesh and Blood 1.0, which is the very beginning, Welcome to Wraith, all the way up to Everfest. Now, after Everfest, we had Uprising. And with Uprising, we started what was called FaB 2.0. The big thing to know is basically we got marbles. And there's no more first edition and unlimited. It's just one product. That's it. So, I'll rant a little bit more about, my thoughts on 2.0 and all of that kind of towards the end and throughout the thing. But overall, my sentiment is 2.0 saved Flesh and Blood. With that said, let's get to the tier list, shall we? Now, we're just going to go in order of release. So we're going to start with Uprising. Now, with Uprising, I was kind of torn on if I wanted to put it in A or B, but I'm going to put it in B. And the main reason is, well, there's two reasons. One, still a slightly higher print run. And two, it's more of just kind of like the really cool Marvel cards are just dragons. So while I do like, there's like a undead dragon one in there, like I'm not gonna remember the name, but I think that's a pretty cool card. But if you're not into dragons, this probably isn't gonna be a cool set for you. Basically, there's again all the cool Marvel cards are dragons. So if you're not a dragon person, I get it, right? So I decided B tier. However, again, I will stress that the changes made with the start of Uprising are what saved Flesh and Blood. So let me just stress that again. Next, Dynasty. Now, this might actually be, in my opinion, the greatest Flesh and Blood booster box set crafted to this day. And that's going to go in S tier. And I would even put it up against first edition Welcome to Wraith. I love it that much. I think it's the cards in it are gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, high quality. Just if I had to give someone who had never played Flesh and Blood a booster box to convince them to play the game, and I would just get them some starter decks and I'd get them a Dynasty booster box and have them open it. I'll just leave it at that. I think it's the greatest set. Next, Outsiders. Now, this is where we're gonna have a little info dump for you guys. Little history lesson. Now, if you're familiar with the sacred charts, and you've been looking at the sacred charts, I want you to look at the bottom left corner of that chart, and look what it says. And it says something along the lines of, these numbers equal, the print runs of all languages, essentially, something like that. Well, let me tell you, Outsiders is where that starts. So when we see the number for Outsiders of 169,000, that's for 5 languages, right? So we don't know of that 169, how much of that is actually English. I speculate it's probably 100K. I'd say 75 to 100K of it is English. That's my guess. So that's just a little fun fact for you guys. Starting with Outsiders, going forward, when you see that number for the print run, realize that that's talking about for 5 different languages, right? So if you can kind of see here, let's say it's 115,000, right? That's still almost 100,000 less boxes than Uprising. So you can see an insane, drastic cut in box printing, all right? And it was needed. It was needed. So, just to kind of give you guys an idea with that, all right? So Outsiders. Now let me say, I'm putting it in A. I would put it in S tier if it had more than 3 marvels. The 3 marvels that has are gorgeous. They're really weird. They're like, almost look like crazy sketches out of like a mad scientist notebook or something. I don't know. But if it had more, I'd put it in S tier. Because again, they made an amazing decision that needed to be made, and they did it. So, props off. All right, next, another S tier. Dusk Till Dawn. Now, it could just be too that like this is probably one of the sets I cracked the most of because I really wanted to try and hit one of those illustration cards. So I ended up opening like, is it like 5 or 6 cases and then like a few loose boxes, which I don't usually open that much stuff. I try and open like a few cases, but so I opened quite a bit of this, and honestly, I had a blast. This was like, again, not as good as Dynasty, but the Angels, the full art, like the Marvel Angels are gorgeous. And then the other like full arts, it's just a gorgeous set. In my opinion, it just gives me kind of like that, like, almost like Diablo kind of vibe with like the angels and demons and whatnot. So again, personal opinion, one of my favorite sets. So I put it in S tier. Now, we're gonna drop down a little, we're gonna fall from grace a little bit here, and I think everyone can kind of agree with this one. And this is Bright Lights. Now, let me say again, just like with, well, Monarch's actually like a good set. This is, the problem with this set is it's just straight all mech, right? So if you have no interest in mech, and I think they learned a lesson. Like, I don't think they've done stuff similar. Also, in my opinion, it's just lacking in Marvels. Like, there's some cool stuff, but the cards really, like, even if it was like an all mech set, the cards really aren't that amazing. Now again, I put it in C tier, but I don't think this box should be $60. And I can tell you guys, I've got multiple cases of this because, at basically $200 a case, it's like, well, why not, right? Like, so again, something still maybe worth picking up just because it probably shouldn't be that cheap, but I can see why it is where it is. Now, same thing, heavy hitters. I really like heavy hitters, but I think it's a little too heavy-handed. No, that's lame. Oh, geez, this guy sucks. No, it's a good set. Like, I like it. Like, I really like the full arts of the heroes or whatever. But again, it's pretty like, if you don't like that, then you're not like, if that's not your thing, then you're just really not going to be into that set. It's very kind of heavy-handed. It's very focused on kind of one thing. And if you're not into those kind of just hero cards or whatever, like, you're just not going to be into this set. So it's didn't do as well, like, and it could be also just because we were kind of coming off of Bright Lights, so everyone was a little hesitant. But I think it's a good set. If someone said they put it at A tier, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd be with it. I'd agree with it. All right, next. Part the Mist Veil. If this had some slightly more, this is gonna sound weird, but violent cards, if this had some like just slightly more, almost like what the Hunted was, if you could have just taken Mist Veil and kind of mixed it with Hunted, that would have been the vibe. So I really like this, but it's in the Marvel. Some of the Marvels in here are some of my favorite. But again, they're more artsy. They're not the like gritty. It's a softer set. So I like it. Again, it's got that vibe where if you're not into anime stuff, may not be for you. But again, I'm really glad with how they went with they went with like that anime style, but then they also kind of went with that older Japanese art style. So A tier, right? As you can see, I'm pretty. I think this is fair, right? Like C, B. I'm not just putting everything in A and S tier. So what do we got? We got two more. Okay, this one I'm gonna put in B tier. I've only opened a couple boxes of this, but again, it's kind of an art. It's a very, I won't say it's a girly set, but it's definitely a very pretty, dainty, not very smashy. You know, it's not like the Hunted or it's the opposite of heavy hitters, right? But it's an okay set. It's an okay set. It's not bad. The box price, I mean, the price, look at the prices. So, you know, the set itself is doing phenomenally well. I'm purely putting it in B because of the artistic taste of me. That's it. If someone wanted to put it in A tier, I'd get it. S tier, I'd probably fight you. I'd probably fight you if you put it in S tier. So I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments why they think it's S tier. Now, the last set, A tier. I don't know if you, I've only opened, again, a couple boxes of this because I'm trying to keep some sealed, but this set is pretty fun to open. This is what, I think this is what I wanted the Mist Veil to be. What? Again, I liked the Mist Veil, but I wanted it to have a little bit more of the Hunted. The Hunted is phenomenal. The cards, gorgeous. I just wanted to say, okay, this is where I'm going to rant about how amazing FaB 2.0 is. FaB 2.0 has some of the greatest looking cards I've seen in any TCG, hands down. It's the full arts, James, well done, sir. Well done. Again, the gameplay is there. The card art is, everything is there. We just need the demand. Guys, I challenge everybody to go to their local LGS, start a friend group. I'm about to literally just start going to LGSs and then just giving them boxes of bulk and starter decks and being like, hey, like, form a group. Like, I will give you free product to just start a group of people. Like, get the word out. It's an amazingly fun, competitive, enjoyable game. It's not like, again, if you've never played it and you've only played like Magic, Lorcana, One Piece, any of that stuff, please play this game. And I'm telling you, you're going to have your socks blown off. And if you don't have socks on, you're going to go put some off and have them blown off. Or put some on and have them, whatever. It's going to blow your mind, okay? So, this is my tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Again, FaB 2.0 was the greatest pivot I've ever seen in any... It's almost as great as a pivot as Fortnite when it pivoted to a battle royale. Let me tell you guys something. I worked at GameStop when Fortnite first came out, and it wasn't a battle royale. It was like some zombie, whatever the heck it was, and no one cared, right? And then they pivoted, and look at it now. So, James, well done on the pivoting. Well done. And guys, again, seriously, check it out. Go play it. It's an incredible game. And I'm not sure what we're going to do now. I'm going to be out of town for the weekend, but I'll definitely make a video tomorrow. I don't know what, but let me know what you guys think. I think I'm pretty confident in this list. But let me know if you change anything, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.